kings and queens? It's your girl, Essentially K. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Hello. If you're returning, what's good? Welcome or welcome back, y'all. I hope you're having the most amazing day, week, and month wherever you are in the world. As you read by the title, today is like the video that's been like a long time coming, y'all. Like a long time coming. I've been kind of putting this off because I knew it was going to take me a while to film this video. So be patient with me, y'all, because it might turn out to be like a longer video. But before we get too far into it, please hit the subscribe button down below. Tap that notification bell so that you don't miss any weekly uploads. Right now, I've been posting on Sundays and Fridays. And I think I'm going to stick to that right now up until we get to like the holiday season. So yeah, anyway, y'all, as you read by the title, today is like a full-blown health, wellness, weight loss like update. And I'm pretty excited to do this video, but I also don't want it to be like too long, but I want to give y'all all the information that I have from, you know, my experience. And for those of you all who have been following me for a while, you know that this has been like a year and a half so far, like a full-blown process. So if you see me looking down, it's because I have my notes on my phone, and I want to try and stick to my notes as much as possible, just because I don't want to keep y'all here all day, but I want to give y'all like a full-blown update. All right, y'all, so I'm going to give a recap for those of y'all who are new to this channel. Thank y'all so much for stopping by, but then also a refresher for everybody else. So about a year and a half ago, and I want to say actually January 2022, I went to my new primary care physician, and because I moved and so to a new state, so I needed to get a new doctor. So I got a new doctor. I started going to her in 2022 in January. And at that time, y'all, I was going through it. I wasn't 100% sure like what was going on with my body, but I knew a lot of things were wrong. So in the beginning, how it started, I was gaining weight like drastically, like so fast, faster than I've probably ever gained weight. I was working out regularly, but I was also healing from some like previous injuries and stuff. And so because of that, I was in a lot of pain, which would just unmotivate me to like actually work out. And because of that, y'all, I was just like so depressed because I'm like, I'm working out, I'm in so much pain, I'm gaining this weight, why is nothing working? At the time, I thought I was eating like a healthy, balanced meal. And for those of y'all who don't know, I am plant-based. So I've been vegan since June of 2020. And this was all of these revelations were happening in January of 2022. I started dealing with a lot of this stuff in 2020 and 2021, but it was just undiagnosed basically. So there is a time period between when all of this really started for me and when I started, you know, going to the doctor for it. But during that time, it was just a very long time of me feeling like super anxious because, I don't know, I was just getting anxiety out of any and everywhere. I was extremely depressed because I didn't understand what was happening to my body. I also was like, I feel like I'm doing all the things right, you know? So like, what is it? Why am I so fatigued? That was the most tired I've ever been in my entire life. And for those of y'all who don't know, I have my background and education and everything is in dance and business. And so I've been tired before. I've been exhausted. I've been injured. I've felt all the things, right? But this was different, and I didn't understand. I knew it was something going on like on the inside. So boom, that's what I was going through that kind of prompted me to go to the doctor, because I'm like, something's not right. Something's going on that I can't see, but I can feel the effects of it. During that time, like mentally, I was just in a very, very, very dark space. physically I felt like the worst shape of my life, not just like to the eye and like the actual weight gain, but I felt so weak. I felt like I had lost like all my muscle mass. I was not, like, everything hurt because I was in pain from injuries and stuff. So I was just aching and having sharp pains and stuff in my knees and in my feet and in my back, and I was miserable, y'all. And um comment down below if you've ever struggled with something, with your health or your fitness or whatever, and you just felt so helpless. Like, I've tried everything that I could possibly try. Why isn't this working for me? And you just start to like not even recognize yourself. I did not recognize myself, and I'm gonna include like pictures and little clips and stuff here too. But I did not recognize myself, y'all, and that alone was sending me deeper into a depression because I was like, I don't feel like myself. I don't look like myself. Like, who is this person looking back at me? I didn't have any energy, so nothing about life felt like me. It was the weirdest thing ever. Like, literally the weirdest thing ever. So I started going to my doctor's office, or my new doctor's office, in January of 2022, and she did like a full blood work, like the whole shebang. Like, she got all my blood drawn, or dip my blood work, and like got all my tests and stuff ran, and that was the turning point for me, health wise, y'all, because it is so important to know what's going on with your body. Because yes, I felt all the effects of things that was happening, but I had no idea why, and I had no idea like what was going on the inside that was making everything on the outside kind of respond. So at the time, y'all, the diagnosis that she gave me was that I was pre-diabetic, and I have a lot of people in my family who have diabetes, but I had never run the risk of diabetes up until maybe like 3 years ago or so. And she told me I was pre-diabetic. I was also deficient in vitamins B, D, iron, and protein, which I wasn't a big like actual meat eater before going vegan, y'all. But when I went vegan, I wasn't eating enough, because not because I wasn't like, I was trying to, I just didn't have an appetite really. And I was also not eating enough of the right things. And then also during this time period, we found out that my body was like resisting and like fighting off nutrient absorption. So all the nutrients I was supposed to be getting from these foods, y'all, was literally like hitting a wall. It was literally hitting a wall inside my body. And so my body was not actually absorbing the nutrients from any of the plant-based foods that I was having. And then I was also eating like a lot of potatoes and stuff that's filling but not nutritious. You know what I'm saying? So I was extremely deficient in protein, which I didn't even realize, and iron, of course, vitamins D, and vitamin B. So all my levels, y'all, was just like all over the place, either drastically high or extremely low. And that was an issue, and that was causing the weight gain. I was breaking out like crazy. I was getting a lot of crazy like hyperpigmentation. My skin was just doing some weird stuff, y'all. And then I was also, like extremely fatigued and in a lot of pain. I couldn't fit any of my clothes. I was just going through this like phase where everything felt wrong, and no matter what I thought I was doing right, like it just was not working. All right, so my starting weight in January of 2022, at the beginning of all of this, was 261 pounds. That was literally the heaviest I've ever been in my entire life. I was always very fit, like very slim, very thin growing up. And then I've always had like curves. Don't get me wrong. I've always had curves, but I was still very much like slim, And so my starting weight at this point was 261. And the number itself was like, how am I like over 200 pounds for one? How am I almost to like the 275 range? That was insane to me. And so boom, my doctor pretty much immediately put me on a treatment plan, which all right, y'all. So, I don't know if I should make this a part 2, because this should be a whole video in and of itself, which I might go into. Honestly, y'all, I'm gonna do this, but if you guys want like a part 2 to this video in detail about the actual treatment plan, the medications, things like that, like I might even include that, and just let me know in the comments down below. But the treatment, so she ended up putting me on metformin to treat my like diabetes or pre-diabetic symptoms or whatever. B12, vitamin B12, vitamin D, and then y'all, Ozempic. So I know Ozempic is a medication that is like extremely popular now. Over the past maybe like 3 months or so, it has gotten this like crazy popularity online, mainly because a lot of celebrities, I guess, have been using it for weight loss, like quick, fast weight loss. And so it's gained a lot of like mixed reviews and a lot of really bad, negative like opinions about it. But I'm going to start from why I was put on it. So Ozempic was actually prescribed to me to treat my blood pressure and my like diabetes, you know, and my blood sugar. So it was never meant to be a weight loss, like quick fix or anything like that. Weight loss was going to come with it as everything else kind of like leveled out, but it was never meant for me to have like this drastic, crazy like weight loss. And to be honest, y'all, my weight loss over the past year, which I'll get into like the actual numbers later, but it was not like a quick, fast type of thing. You know what I'm saying? So Ozempic was actually prescribed to me to treat my diabetes, diabetes, and my my blood pressure, y'all. I keep losing train of thought. So with that being said, I was like, I don't want to have to take these shots forever. She told me, this is our plan for the next 18 months, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, cool. So that kind of gave me like a timeline. Over the next 18 months, this is what I'll be taking. This is what I'm going to be doing, yada, yada, yada. At the time, she put me on like physical, like fitness restrictions. So all of 2022, pretty much, I was not like working out really. I wasn't doing any type of like actual training. So I left hot yoga at that time. I actually left in 2021. Yeah, because pretty much the whole year from January on of 2022. So I wasn't doing hot yoga. I wasn't working out at the gym or anything. I was dancing, but I was still in a lot of pain. And so in June of 2022 is when I stepped away from dancing regularly and just started doing it like on a sub and like intensive workshop type of choreography base versus dancing every single day. Because I was trying to heal from injuries too, but I was also trying to heal the things that were going on inside. So I started on this treatment plan. She got me hooked up with a nutritionist, and I did like a couple Zoom calls with them. They were going over like, what do I typically eat in a day? What my sources of like protein were, what my sources of iron, like all the things. And so they kind of gave me recommendations on the things that I should be eating, how often I should be eating. And that was in, I think, January of 2022. And then I had my follow-up appointment for nutrition in March, I believe, of 2022. So y'all, when I got all the recommendations for nutrition, that kind of like switched something for me mentally. And I was just more conscious of what I was eating and how much I was eating. And that was the true game changer in my weight loss journey and in my health journey and overall, was because I needed to understand what I was not getting enough of where those things needed to come from, and then I had to start like actually being intentional about eating those things, eating it more regularly, and kind of monitoring that. So outside of my actual treatment plan with the medications that she put me on, I was focusing on my nutrition first and foremost. I was also um, getting into juicing and trying to make more smoothies and things like that, which I really enjoy doing those things like juicing and making smoothies. Now, don't get me wrong, produce is expensive, and it kind of juices down to almost nothing, y'all, but there's so many benefits to juicing, just juicing along and making smoothies and stuff like that. So I started focusing on my nutrition. I started being just more conscious about what I was putting in my body and making sure that I was like eating enough. It's so easy to get caught up in life and, you know, whatever you got going on, your business or your business or your actual like career, profession, whatever you want to call it. It's easy to get caught up in stuff, y'all, and not being able to really focus on even eating enough throughout the day. You can snack, but are you getting true meals? Are you getting enough vital nutrients every day of every week? So I just had to become more conscious of that. And when I did, I started to notice a change. A lot of people are like, oh my gosh, what did you have to cut back on? It wasn't that I was dieting, y'all. I was literally eating more. I had to start eating more over a year ago in order for me to start seeing any changes, and to start feeling better as well. I had my checkup today because along with this treatment plan, I've had to go to the doctor every 3 months for the past like 18 months. And I had my routine checkup today that went very well, y'all. Like, it went very well. But before I get into that, I just want to kind of let y'all know where I am physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually today. So I'm in a much better spot than I was a year ago, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago for sure. Mentally, I feel so much more focused. I see the light at the end of the tunnel now. At first, I did not, y'all. It was such a dark space for me, and I was like, it just feels like it's never going to get better. But I see the light now. I feel the light. I feel like I am the light now. And because I feel better and I'm more hopeful, I feel like that kind of helped me to work myself out of this depression and out of the anxiety around my body image, but then also just the image of who I am internally and externally. Spiritually, it has done wonders because I'm seeing God working in my life physically and in my health. I'm seeing him in my finances. I'm seeing him in my career. I'm seeing God working. And I knew all along that God was working on my behalf, but y'all, I really did not see any sort of like getting out of it because I was so deep in it, and it just felt like I was in it for so long that like I was never going to get better. But I'm just so excited and proud of myself for sticking to, you know, just being more conscious about what my fitness lifestyle is now, and then also what I'm eating and how much I'm eating and all of those things. So this is your reminder, y'all, to take it day by day, but don't skip celebrating the small wins. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't skip that. Be proud of yourself. Do the absolute best that you can every single day, and eventually, you know, you'll work yourself towards the goals that you want to reach. My checkup for today was amazing overall, y'all. My BMI from a year ago went down 14 points. So I was at 44 at first. I'm at 30 now. My blood pressure was absolutely amazing. My blood sugar was decent. It wasn't like as high as it was before, but it's also not where it needs to be consistently. But it's much better. And then my A1C was good. My weight, all right, y'all. So again, remember I told you my starting weight was 261 in January of 2022. My weight as of today, which is September 26, 2023, is 194.6. I've lost almost 70 pounds, y'all. And I'm just so freaking thankful. I'm so thankful. Now, granted, the number itself has never been like, oh, I've never been so obsessed with the number of what my weight is, because I know like different things play into the actual number. Muscle mass weighs more than, you know, fat and things like that. And so like all of those things, I've never been like so caught up on a number, but seeing 261 initially like really broke my spirit. I'm not even gonna lie, it really broke my spirit. So being back under 200 pounds is like, I'm so thankful, because I hadn't been under 200 since like 2019, or like the very end of 2019, maybe even the very beginning of 2020. So I'm so excited to say that I'm like, everything is much, much better. I do have to go back in 6 months actually and get like full blood work and everything done. But overall, y'all, I'm doing so much better. All my levels are much better. The ones that she was able to check today. Now my treatment plan moving forward, because I did go into my doctor's office like, when can I stop Ozempic? Like, I want to get off this medicine. I'm feeling better. I'm doing better. I'm more active. I'm not in pain. Like, all these things. And she basically told me, y'all, that it is a lifelong treatment plan. And that, like, really made me sad in the moment at first, because I was like, God, I don't want to be on medications for the rest of my life. I also don't want to be on this particular medicine for the rest of my life. And she was like, well, we're treating it for your for diabetes, and like because obesity, because technically at 261 I was considered like obese. She was like, because obesity is a chronic disease, like you have to maintain it and you have to like continue to like treat it. But I personally don't feel like I'm meant to be on medications for the rest of my life. So I did let her know today that I had stopped taking metformin. I know I mentioned that earlier. That was one of the first medicines that she put me on in January of 2022. But I really got tired of taking that medicine every single day, to be honest. And she had to kind of stair step me. So I was taking one a day, then one pill twice a day, then two pills twice a day. And I was like, I can't do this. This is not for me. I weaned myself off of it, continue working on my nutrition and my actual fitness journey, as far as being back into yoga, Pilates, and hot yoga specifically in 2023. And I weaned myself off of it and let her know today, like, everything's, all my levels are better and I'm not taking that medicine. I'm focusing on nutrition and my fitness lifestyle. So I truly 100% believe that I can get off Ozempic. I know it's going to be going against my doctor's recommendation, but to be honest, y'all, my plan was never to be on medicines for the rest of my life. In fact, my plan is to be on nothing but vitamins eventually, and so I have to pray about that, about what that timeline looks like for me, and just how I need to approach it. But I do respect her medical expertise. I do respect the fact that she's like, this is my recommendation. I just didn't receive that, and I feel like it's very important for you when you go in a doctor's office to advocate for yourself, but then also to know, like, okay, maybe I need to do this for a certain amount of time, but eventually I want an all-natural type of approach or holistic approach to my overall healing. So yeah, let me know though, y'all, in the comment section down below if y'all would like me to go a little bit more into detail on my experience with the medicine, and like just my overall journey with my treatment plan. I do plan on staying probably on this current treatment plan for the next year, and I'm just gonna bust my butt, y'all, as far as nutrition and working out goes, and resistance training and stuff, because she really wanted me to focus on that to build my like muscle mass back. But I think it's important to pray over your health, pray over, discernment in situations like this, because like I said, I respect her medical expertise. I just don't feel like it's necessary for me to be on this medicine forever. Like, that is crazy to me. And I truly feel like God put everything in this earth to heal us and to treat us of anything that we might experience during our time here. And so because of that, I'm not going to stay on this medicine forever. And I'm not going to feel bad about, what I choose to do for my body. But I am going to work 10 times harder to maintain and get better over time, because I don't want my levels to spike back up. I don't want to gain the weight again drastically or quickly or whatever. I want to find the most holistic approach. So I'm going to do my research, y'all. And yeah, I'm going to do my research and just try and figure out exactly what works for me, what's going to be best for me. And yeah, in 6 months, I'll go back to the doctor. We'll do a full blood workup. And then I'll know more details about, like, moving forward, what that means for me. And so stay tuned. This is not going to be the last update, but I did want to give y'all as much information as possible. I hope this was helpful for someone. Even if you're in the beginning phase, like, there is light at the end of the tunnel. Go get checked out. Go see what's going on with your body. Don't be afraid of what, the responses or the answers might be. We can't fix anything until we know. And when we know better, we do better. Or at least we should. So don't be too hard on yourself. Love yourself inside and out through the hard days and through the great days. But be aware and advocate for yourself. So thank y'all so much for making it to this point in the video. If you did make it to this point in the video, do your girl a huge favor and drop me a yellow heart in the comment section down below. Also, feel free to, again, let me know in the comment section if you have either taken Ozempic, or if you would like me to go into details specifically on my journey with that particular medication. I'm more than welcome to do so. Thank y'all again for watching this video. Peace and positivity, kings and queens. I'm